TWOSUN. Let's check it in. Get it out of this box. Whoop. Come on, man. Spin it. Spin it to win it. Okay. Man, this thing's been sitting here on the bench forever. Yeah, I bought this used. Secondary market. Man, look at this thing. Full titanium. And factory purple anodizing. Let's get it out of there. Look at that blade. Wow, that Warncliffe. Come on, man. Doesn't have the model number on it, so let me get that real quick, but we'll get rid of this. Yeah, I do remember buying this on the secondary market. Yeah, so this is a TS316. And when these first came out, I swung at these and took a swing at them and missed. And then they disappeared. And this, I mean, the milling on there is so cool. I mean, so I had an opportunity to get on one of these, and so I had to take advantage of it. And I got a great deal on it. The seller was cool, gave me a good price on it. And, yeah. Look at this thing. Huge chunks of titanium on this thing. I mean, I'm going to say this is a 5-ounce knife. This knife is heavy, man. Excellent action. Be interesting to see what we find inside there. I almost like the hole better. I almost wish it didn't have the thumb studs. Because, of course, it's that thumb stud that pokes out over the edge. You know, pokes out over the edge. Whereas that hole, I'm pretty sure that would suffice. That hole works, man. It works on the thumb and on the Spidey flick. It's the thumb stud that's catching me. There it is. Yeah, nice blade. 14C28N. Wong design. Nice, cool titanium pocket clip. Good backspacer. Man, let's get in this thing. Let's check it in. And I love this design for the pivot. Really minimalistic. Very cool. That was kind of loose. And so was that one. I don't know if that's an indicator that somebody's been in the knife, or if it means, maybe it means nothing. Look at that. They pinned the clip so that it can't turn, can't rotate. I mean, little things, man. Little things. Yeah. A little oily. That's actually pretty lightweight. I wonder if this is steel. Well, let's find out. No, it's titanium. It's just got a lot of titanium in it, man. A lot. Yeah, all the hardware is steel, but these liners are titanium. They're pinned. There we go. Yeah, that's lightweight. You know what I mean? But when you put this together with this, now that's a substantial weight. That's why the knife weighs so much. It's actually a little dirty in here. Might be able to improve that action slightly. I mean, it's not horrible. Alright, let's wipe it down. Get that other bearing. There it is. Yeah, so it's just one of those, man, that, you know, as a TWOSUN collector, I keep my eyes open for these things. And, I mean, when they're there, I'm looking to get them. There's one right now, D1, brought back an old model. And boy, that's on my radar. Because here's what I don't know. Is it just the one? Or because he's selling it, has he brought the model back? And if I'm patient, I might be able to get it for a decent price. You know what I mean? You know, that whole thing. You never know, right? It's like, it's like gambling, man. You know, should I shove or wait for a better moment? But yeah, there's one that I say he, I don't know, is D-Win a dude? I mean, it could be a girl, I don't know. Or maybe it's a whole company of people. It's not one person. It's, it's easy to D-Win. Well, that's some guy running a eBay page. Man, it could be a team of marketing people. What do I know? But anyways, on that site, that one particular knife showed up, and I'm like, wait a minute, is that an older model? Yeah, sure enough. And so it's on my radar, but I know I'm not the only one. I'm pretty sure that thing's got, I mean, I think there's 20 people watching that knife. So whoever gets it, it's going to have to want it, right? Like, you're going to have to want to own it. I mean, I think it's got like 5 or 6 days left, and it's already like $125. So, yeah, it's going to be one of those. But I'll follow it around. We'll see. I mean, I'll try to remember. If I win it, I'll go, hey, this is that knife I talked about in a video. And I wanted it more than everybody else. We'll see. I mean, I'll tell you, there's a lot of TWOSUNs right now that I really want, but I ain't winning them because, TWOSUN has, man, their day has come, brother. I mean, you already know. If you're following this channel, you already know what's up as following TWOSUN knives, and they have had their day of reckoning, man. Especially some of these new models coming, man, if you want them, you gotta get your wallet out. You gotta pay. The days of going, oh, that's a Chinese knife, and picking it up for $30. No, sir. Au contraire, mon frere. It ain't happening, man. Now, are there still some TWOSUN bargains? Yeah, of course there are. There's still some. And with that live auction, I mean, sometimes you can pick one up. You can pick it up right, for sure. But even White Mountain Knives is picking up their game. I mean, they're adding more. They had that sale through the late fall towards the holidays, 15% off. Plus, if you used a code from one of the channels, that got you 25% off on these TWOSUNs that are already pretty reasonable when you're looking at, the materials and the fit and the finish, the overall, what you get in a TWOSUN knife, and the days of saying, oh, it's Chinese, yeah, that's just old and tired. That's all that is, because these are great knives. It just is what it is. And, I mean, I haven't apologized for a TWOSUN knife in a very long time. And I surely don't feel bad about saying, man, they are not a gas station knife. They're not a piece of junk. These things are quality, well machined, well made, well fit and finished. They do a great job with these knives, man. 100% they do. All right. I mean, it does make me wonder if I shouldn't mess with that detent a little bit. I wonder if I'm just too tight on that pivot, because it was really loose. Yeah, that helped. Where are we at? Yeah, it's free. So it's just a detent, but I'm looking at the lockup, and we're down. I mean, there's not a lot of lockup in there. I don't think I can take a lot out of it, but I am gonna look. I'll be right back. So here's what I was looking at. When the knife's together, I was looking at the gap between the edge of the scale here and then the inside edge of that lock bar. And when it's when it's locked open, it's way over there. So I'm way over here. So I think I could take just the tiniest little bit out of that. And there's not an over travel stop in this, so it's simple to do because the scale acts as the over travel. But I am going to take just the tiniest little bit out of that. Yeah, right there. So I didn't change it much. Maybe a 32nd of an inch or a 64th. Just a little bit. I mean, I can feel it on there right now. It's just a matter of, is it going to be enough to maintain the lockup when it's closed? I mean, we'll find out here. I'm just going to let it run because it won't take but a second to, you know, shut it off, and then it takes me 20 seconds to put a screw in. Alright, well, I noticed right there I left that washer out. Well, that's why I should have paused the video, because now y'all are sitting in here watching all this and taking time, and oh well. I know my videos are known for being short and direct and to the point. And, you know, this one's going to be a little off track. There we go. Goodness. And the magnets over here just collecting everything. Look at my hot mess, man. Come on. And I want to put just the tiniest little drop where that detent ball is running. Alright. I mean, I could tell that it's way lighter just by doing that, because it was sprung. It had a lot of tension on it. But we'll see. I mean, wouldn't be the first time that I did it, and I had to put it, you know, take it back apart and put a little back on it, and, you know, that's the whole process. Let me see. Let me check it here. Yeah, I might have to put that on. There's just too much. It's the only other screw holding it, and there's too much unevenness with that, the tension on the whole thing. Yeah, way different. I mean, in my opinion, way better. It's just an issue of, is it enough? Nope, not even close. Yeah, that thing failed instantly. So let's go back and put it back on. Get some tension in it. I mean, it's interesting because that detent, it's not just single purposed. You know, it's not just to help with the opening, you know, providing resistance or detention, you know, because that holdback is then when that releases, it allows the blade to snap out. It's not just that. It actually functions to lock the blade. And in this case, I mean, are there some other things I can do to it? Yeah, but I didn't hate the detent that much that I have to change it. So let's see where we're at. I mean, it feels like I'm back where I was. Those studs, man, they're huge. All right, are we locked up? Yup. It's not horrible. It's not horrible. Yep. I can tell you what is horrible though, and I'm not going to leave the video run, but I'm going to fix it. When I get to ergonomics, I'm going to show you. So the action on this knife, I mean, I'm going to say it's definitely a B+. I mean, one little shake and it runs pretty good. It's got a detent ramp that's way down here, and then in order to get past it, you got to go to there. So not quite 45, but it's a bunch to get past that detent ramp. You got to get to there. And if you don't go past that, if you go to there, it'll go back the other way. It will not close. So that, I mean, it's not the best. But the action, definitely B+, and it's getting better as I run it, you know, which all actions do, man. Those bearings got a seat. Everything gets in place. Lockup is solid. Yeah, there's no play in that blade anywhere. I like it. Pretty nice. So ergonomics. Oddly enough, man, there's not a lot of finger guard here, right? Or there's actually none. But there's enough of a cutout here that I do feel pretty locked in on this knife. So I'm actually going to, not very confident, and very confident. I'm going to bounce it right up here at confident. Like that's deep enough that it's allowing me to be really locked in. And the rest of this digs in back here. So, I mean, pretty confident grip, honestly. Yeah. Let's check that pocket clip. And I'm gonna do the big reveal here on the thing that I was mentioning. I mean, it's got pretty good ramps on it, so I think it's gonna function okay. But let's see. Yeah, it's over the thick stuff, and it's wonderful. Yep, and this milling, the way that it is, just allows a perfect grip there, whether you're coming out of the front or the back or however that works. But yeah, that thing's wonderful. And on standard jean size material, I mean, it's got a good grip. You can hear it click when it comes out. Yeah, pocket clip's a winner, man, a real winner. Safety checks. Yeah, no contact there, and that tip is buried up in there with that Warncliffe. It's way below. So the clip's good, the backspacer's good, and the tip is good. Yeah, wonderful. So what's my issue? Well, my issue is this corner of this pocket clip right there. So gripping this knife in the hand in a hard grip, that corner is, I mean, it is punishing, man. Right there. So I'm going to pull this clip and I am going to file this off with a diamond file. I'm going to round both of those corners of that off and I'm going to show you what's up. Okay. So I have it off and I have my diamond file. So I'm just going to I'm not looking to remove a mountain of material. I'm just looking to relieve the sharpness of that point. I can tell you it's amazing how little material you actually have to remove to manage something like this. That little pin and that fell out of there. Wow. It does not take a ton of material remover to refine a little pointy piece of metal like that. And I am doing this part as well. Just going to roll that over just the slightest little bit. And these diamond files are perfect for this, man. And this is one of those things too that, it's not a process to get impatient. Just take your time, man. So I didn't change it a lot, but boy, I can tell you the pokiness and all of it's out of it. So I'm going to do this other side and we'll put it on. I'm going to do the exact same thing that I did here, over here, and then we'll put it back on. Okay, rolled off that other side. Just took a little bit off, but I can tell just by feeling it, that sharpness is out of it. I got to put that little pin back in there. I mean, I don't want to change these knives a bunch. Like, I want to leave them stock, but a little thing like that, I mean, if I ever go to sell this collection, I mean, one of the things I'm going to say is that some of these knives have slight modifications to them. It just is what it is. The vast majority of them are factory new. They've been checked in, and then I check them out, and then they go in the case. A couple of these have little modifications like this one. Looking at that knife, you can't see it. You'd never know. But I can tell you, when I go to grip this knife now, I'm going to know. Yeah, it's going to be night and day different. Oh, changed it. Yeah, so it went from being crazy hot, like so irritating I couldn't stand it, and now I can barely feel it. It's like disappeared. Just the tiniest little bit, just smooth that edge off a little bit. Yeah, so let's wrap this thing up. I forget the number of the knife now. All right, Let me see if I can find it too. We'll do price and availability. Wait, hold on. Is this thing sharp? Let's get that out of the way. Get back in order. Oh, this thing's crazy sharp. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, it's one of those. Bizarre sharp. Yeah. Okay. So let me see if I can find price and availability and see if by chance one of these is available anywhere. Yeah, so it's not good news. The TS316 White Mountain Knives carries 3 versions of this. They carry the purple version, a green version, and then a blue version. And they don't have any of these. So what you could do is go there and go ahead and click notify me in case one of these comes in stock. I'd click all 3 colors because maybe one color comes in, the others don't. But I checked AliExpress and I checked eBay, and there's no sight of these anywhere. So the other thing you could do, it's a great opportunity for me to mention this, but you can go to Facebook. There's 2 or 3 TWOSUN collectors groups in there, and you can do a ISO post. Say, ISO TWOSUN TS316. And maybe somebody has one they're willing to get rid of. It's amazing how many times you run into people that purchase 3 or 4 of these. And, when somebody says, hey, I'm looking for one of these, they'll pop up and say, hey, I have one, I'll sell you. Yeah. All right, y'all. I appreciate you watching, man. Pretty cool. It's a chunk, man. It's a heavy knife. I'm going to say 5 ounces. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but, this thing's substantial, and it's because he's got these full titanium liners and then full titanium scales, and they could have just made the scale, the line, you know what I'm saying? So it's fairly heavy, but it's not bad at all. I really like this knife. Very cool. Appreciate you watching.